Hey bub, this is ERIC WILKERSON, sci-fi fantasy illustrator and concept artist. You are listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast. I love this show 3000. Excelsior.
Hello everybody, my name is Ian Taylor and welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, brought to you by the Marvel Cards Fan Collective, an awesome community of card collectors and creators. You can find our two groups on Facebook, details of which are at the end of this podcast, so come check us out. With me as always is my co-pilot in all things Marvel cards. When not recording, we sit down, snuggle and watch Madagascar. But we always end up screaming, I like to podcast, I like to podcast. You know who it is. It's Norrin Rad, baby. Yeah.
Yo.
Please do me your best Madagascar impression now.
Oh my God, I haven't seen the movie in forever. I don't know. There's so much
Rabbit
pressure.
in the headlights.
I was like, no. Oh my God, what is? I don't know. I don't have a good Madagascar. Well, it's Chris Rock as the zebra. And then it is Ben Stiller as the lion.
Ben Stiller's the lion.
Yes.
It's the lemur. On the island of Madagascar.
Yeah, the lemur. I don't remember who does the lemur is.
Now. Is it John Leguizamo?
No, I don't know either. But I like to party. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it might be. My daughter is hilarious because obviously the guy who did that is a very Afro-Caribbean kind of vibe. The guy who did the original song back in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, baby.
And he pronounces it, I like to move it, like this. He's got an O sound when he goes move it. And my daughter does it like that. It's hilarious. I mean, she's the whitest kid you've ever met. You know, she's a redhead. Yeah, she's channeling all this
she's
cultural,
on the very extreme end
diversity.
of white.
She has, you know. Anyway,
good for her. I love
good
that.
for her. That's exactly what it's all about.
I actually love that song. My wife kills me, dude. I used to listen to all that stuff. Maximum Dance, Black Box, like all that kind of music.
Black Box.
Oh yeah,
Right on
Black
time.
Box.
Right on time. I've buggered my
right on time. Yes.
I know. I can't try and do it again because I think I might have buggered my throat for the rest of this podcast.
No, it's deep. But yeah, Black Box and Maximum Dance was something that was like part of the Now music stuff back in the day. But
I
had
loved it.
all those kind of stuff. I loved it. Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah.
And of course, Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. You must have heard Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. That one. No.
I know Dream. I know
Return of the Mac. You'll have heard
Runaway. I'm sure I've heard it. I know Runaway. Because that was like in all the fairs down in Miami. Runaway, one away to survive. I think something like that.
Yeah, no. The thing is, I think I've dropped a UK only song, and you've just dropped a US only one because I've got.
You know what? That's dude. There's such a weird like I told you. I only recently found out about like Kate Bush. I think that's who that is. Who did Yeah, I only recently found out about her and some other ones.
It's me, it's Cappy, I'm coming home
now. Oh.
We're like a jukebox podcast.
I love it.
This is like karaoke. This is like karaoke.
Yes, it is. Karaoke.
What else was I? A song popped into my head and went out again. Shaggy. Do you remember Shaggy?
Oh, it wasn't me. For sure.
Me.
That was Miami's anthem before Will Smith's down in Miami. For sure. That was it.
So you remember how it went, yeah?
Oh yeah. It wasn't me. Yeah.
There was I can't believe I'm gonna bring this up, but I'm gonna carry on. In the UK, there was a radio host who was really good at doing like cover versions, like Weird Al Yankovic does cover versions.
Yes.
So you're on that wavelength, and he did. I can't remember who it was now, and I've still got an audio recording of it. And you know what? It might appear after the end credits, but there was an alternative lyrics version where it went, Mama came in and she caught me one-handed dreaming of the girl next door. and went on like that.
That's amazing.
It is absolutely
That's
incredible.
actually really good.
It is incredible. And it sounded like him, and they'd done it in such a good way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. So you know what? I am going to put it after the end credits
Yes. Let's
of
do
this
that.
episode. So for those who want
Perfect.
to hear that, it is not for young ears.
No.
It doesn't have any swear words in it, but it's not for young ears.
Relatable.
But
not for young ears.
Yeah, pretty much every male and possibly some female members of the audience.
Oh, yeah.
And as well as transgender or whatever.
I mean, that's part of growing
Jedi.
up, man, is having that kind of moment there for sure.
Let's move on from talking about self-pleasure and talk about self-pleasure via the medium of cards.
Now, that is probably the most sexual segue we've ever had on this show.
I like sexual segues.
I need sexual segues.
Yeah, dear me. Anyway, hello everybody. We've only been
We
recording.
still haven't even started the show yet.
Let's
This
say
is
hello.
literally
Hello
just
everybody.
us talking.
Welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast. We like to sing in your ears, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Entertainment / torture.
That's pretty much
Perfect.
it. Yeah.
We cover everything.
Let me entertain you, as Robbie Williams used to sing. The only difference is people would pay him for the entertainment, whereas people just pay us with their time, I guess. Welcome, everybody. I've no idea what day it is. I've no idea when this will be released, but let's talk about cards, baby. Cards.
Let's talk about cards, baby.
Let's talk about you and me.
And
Let's talk about all the good things on the e-packs, baby. Let's talk about cards.
Let's talk about cards. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Love this.
I don't want to talk about, we will probably talk about EPAC, but I want to talk about the Walmart Marvel mystery boxes. The reason I want to talk about the Walmart Marvel mystery boxes is, by the way, we have an episode we did for our YouTube channel where I open a Walmart mystery box, which is still sat there waiting to be edited. And put onto the YouTube channel. But because people might be wondering why we've never talked about them.
Yes.
Well, we have. But anyway.
Interesting.
But the reason I wanted to talk about them was not to sandbag you at the top of the show. I wanted to talk about some of the joyous things that are in them because for those who do and don't know about the Walmart mystery boxes, they, as the name would suggest, were available just in Walmart. And
mysterious.
And they're mystery as well. Yeah, they are mystery. And they're not massively big. I'd say they're probably about size of my iPhone, maybe, in terms of the size of the box.
Yeah.
And inside, you would get, for the princely sum of $9.99, and depending on where you live, various tax levels, it would be 2 or 3 packs of cards, usually about 3 packs of cards, and a hit of some description. Now, in the heavier boxes, that hit would be, because they're heavier, a little Marvel Versus deck. So people tend to avoid heavy boxes. So that's the first tip about the Marvel mystery boxes: avoid the heavier boxes. So the hit would usually be something along the lines of a patch from Marvel Annual, or a relic card from one of the MCU sets, or one of those San Diego Comic-Con patches,
promo stuff.
The promo stuff that Upper Deck did. So it's all Upper Deck product. But generally speaking, a lot of, certainly the packs, the unopened packs that go in there, seem to be from product that's been made exclusively for distribution in Walmart. And so most people who've who are listening to this have probably seen people posting about them, even if they've not picked one up. But if you haven't, they have now started to appear on Amazon. You can buy them on Amazon.
Interesting.
Which is interesting. But the interesting thing about them is that Marvel Annual 2018-19 is a really good example. Is that the pack is a different design on the pack, and the cards are the same as you'd get in the Marvel Annual retail product. or hobby product. It's just got a different type of, different wrapper basically, and it says only in Walmart on the front. So they're as we kind of know, but then the other products in there are the Civil War set that was exclusive to Walmart, and there's also Ant-Man and Wasp. I don't think that was exclusive to Walmart, and there's also packs of a Marvel Cinematic Universe set. Which is basically Marvel Cinematic Universe commemorative trading cards. And I know those packs you only got if you bought certain MCU films on DVD and Blu-ray.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So you couldn't actually buy them retail. You only got them if you got those. So I imagine, there's quite a lot of packs because not everyone would buy them just to get the trading cards. No, we would, but...
right, of course.
Certainly. So it's that kind of thing. And I love them. I'm absolutely loving. I've only actually acquired one, but loads of people open them, and of course, people are after the hits. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take all the stuff that you don't regard as a hit. Thank you very much. So I'm slowly putting together cards by cards, little pieces of all the sets. So the Civil War set is 50 cards, but it comes with a red background, it comes with a blue background, and it also comes with a shiny foil blue and a shiny foil red parallel. So for the 50 card set, you've got a red and a blue parallel, and I don't think there's any difference between the main red and the blue. They're the same kind of numbers you get per pack. And then the blue shiny foil one, and then the red shiny foil one. And I've recently realized that there are two different types of shiny foil behind each color, like two different patterns. So there's actually 6 different parallels of that one. Okay.
That's intense.
Plus there's chase sets that just don't exist on any checklist anywhere. Like
how big is the set? How many cards deep?
Well, it's 50 for the main set, but then you've got 6 parallels.
Right, you got parallels, right?
But the thing is, the red and the blue, there's no difference as to which is the main. There's just 2 in equal quantity. So the main red and blue is kind of like you either choose to get the red or you choose to get the blue, or you get both, and you've got one of each color.
Oh, one's Captain America, one's Iron Man because of the Civil War.
No. That's what I'm saying. Let me show you. Where are they? They're here somewhere. I've got them here. Here we go. I've got them here. Here we go. In fact, here they are. Doobie-doobie-doo. So for you, not for our audience at home, but for you.
For me.
So they're very much like action shots, but they're not even... they're quite difficult to see on this camera.
Right, because it's a Civil War thing. So Cap being blue, Iron Man being
what I'm
red.
saying is they're studio posed shots.
Yeah.
Of the actors. But just on plain blue background. So that's vision.
Yeah. I see that.
So there's no, they're not kind of photos from the movie, as it were. But then you get the red one. So basically the blue, it's just a different color background. I mean, that's actually different. Those are different cards, but you get the idea. Right. The red one of this one looks exactly the same. It's just got red background.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
But the movie they're highlighting is Civil War, right? Is that what it says at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, Got it.
And then that's the foil. So basically the background just happens to have
looks
that
really good.
Foil effects. But there's another foil effect which has got little stars on. So that's what I'm calling the radiant foil, because you can see how it's kind of laser blasting out there. And then I've just realized when I was looking through, I was like, hang on, the foil design's different on some of these. And then I got 2 foil ones, but one had one design and one had another. And I was like, okay.
So the big question is this, right? So I'm assuming you only have so many, but do you happen to have like the same card, but 6 different parallels of that card? On
the way to, yeah.
Okay, so that means that each parallel does exist for the same card.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Are you going to start a checklist? Because it doesn't seem like this is anywhere.
I will once I've gotten. This is why I mentioned when we spoke to, I think it was Travis.
Yeah, I remember.
Who we're going to come back to. Hi, Travis. How you doing?
Travis.
The brand master. Is that these Walmart sets, the ones that were produced exclusively for Walmart, are a bit of a really grey area. There is, and these aren't in the Walmart mystery boxes, but there is a Guardians of the Galaxy set that was only available in Walmart. That's very different to the main one. And I've looked at those, and there is a post about those on Blowout. But the one, and there's chase cards in that set that I've not seen anywhere else. Like Heroic Lines is one of them. There's Team Duos, and there's another one that I've just literally seen a picture of the first card. So I don't know how many are in these chase sets, or even how many chase, because I've just discovered there's Team Duos. Let me get the binder out because I'm forgetting as I'm talking. Right. So you've got the
binder out.
You've got what you got. So the wrappers are pretty cool because you've got.
Wrappers are very cool and different.
Wrappers are very cool because there's one obviously with no, that's a Captain America wrapper. What am I pointing at? All right, there we go. There's the Iron Man one. So there is a mirror image one of those that I don't have yet that's got Captain America in.
Right.
So if you picture that. So, but I've also got, was it Badges of Distinction? That's it. That's the other chase set.
Very cool.
It's not. You'd think it was a patch or a relic, but it's not. It's just the design. But they're quite cool.
35-point card.
Yeah,
very
I like
cool.
them. But they're great quality. They've got the upper deck hologram on them.
Oh, the Radiant and the Stars. So the Radiant is like Iron Man's blast, and the Stars is Captain America's stuff.
Oh,
right?
yes, that's a good point. Right, let me show you an example because I do have the same card, but with both different foil designs. Here we go. Right, so let's get a bit of War Machine.
They look really good, by the way.
So that's the Radiant of War Machine, in the blue, and that's the Stars.
The Stars. So so you have like an Iron Man Radiant and then a star for a cap.
Oh, that makes sense.
Love that.
Makes perfect sense.
That looks good.
They do look really good. The Stars actually look better, I think, than the Radiant when you've got them in hand. But 6.5 does it.
The Radiant. I mean, both of them look really cool. But I can see that.
So I dig them. But the real surprise to me and the real mystery to me is, of course, now I've said this, everyone's going to be after them, is this MCU set that you only got with a purchase. Because what's interesting about that, and these are the first ones I've got in hand, what's interesting about that one is that they all say in small writing on the back, Marvel Cinematic Universe commemorative trading cards.
Trading cards.
Yeah, you see that there?
Yeah.
But if you look at the card design and the back of it, with the exception of the number, that's very much Captain America design, front and back. And then when you go on to Thor, it's completely different. So they've actually, the way they've
That's
done
wonderful.
it is, but it's also, they've not made it gel together. They've just taken images at the front and back design from the existing sets, and I think just changed the number on them and put that little text on it. So it's bizarre. They haven't had their own kind of so they are very separate in terms of the feel of the cards. The card design alters completely front and back.
So how big is that set? How many
I don't know. I'm up to. I go up to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, card 88.
Wow. So is it every 9 pages a new movie or something like that?
I don't know. I've only got that many.
I thought you had it laid out.
No. And here's the rub.
Crazy.
There's a red Marvel stamped parallel.
Whoa, that's pretty.
And that looks really nice when you get it in hand. That's beautiful.
I like that.
So basically, it looks like so far, I mean, I've only got a very small handful of them. This is a good example of it, actually. This is one of the cards where I've got both of them. There's a Doctor Strange card I have both versions of. Regular. And with the Marvel stamp.
Oh, God. Don't tell Donald.
Oh, he'll probably already know about these. I'm sure he's already got them. But because he has everything.
That's insane.
But yeah. So it's a rabbit hole because I'm a sucker for this sort of stuff. But the hits include things like the Astral Projections cards that you get from the EPAC exclusive Doctor Strange. There's one of them, which is the acetate cards. with comic art on them. That's Scarlet Witch.
That looks crazy.
They're
cool.
lovely. So I've got a few of those in hand. The other hits, like I said, are those patches. Some people have had the hits be base cards from Masterpieces 2016. And some people have had the hits be a pack of Marvel Gems.
Wow.
Cards, which is also quite heavy. A few people have had sketches.
Bastards.
The only harsh. The only downside is that the hits generally tend to be loose. They're not sleeved.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's all
seriously.
Yeah. Everything's loose in the box.
Who does that? Who does that, man?
I'm absolutely. In fact, I know because we read it on the box that it's. I don't think it's Upper Deck putting this product out. I think it's another company putting it out using. With all the rights and stuff. I'm speculating here. Obviously, I'm sure we can probably ask them at some point whether they'll tell us. I don't know. But I really like them. But it's a real kind of grey area as to these MCU sets that haven't got massively big hits in them. But especially if you're a character collector, like
underground, baby.
It's. I remember when we interviewed Jason Marconet. Back on episode 50 something, he mentioned about them, and up at that point I hadn't got any in hand, and now I've got them, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see why this would be
so he's the start of all this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's all his fault. It's all Jason's fault. Anyway, but yeah, so that's it. Speaking of Jason, president of Upper Deck. Shall we do a little? Let's have a little chat about all the revelations from a few weeks ago now, when Travis came and told us about all the products that Upper Deck had lined up for 2021 and hinted at 2022 and hinted at stuff that he couldn't tell us what it was, but we're going to make educated guesses.
Yes, there was like a look in his eyes. Beautiful.
There was a look in his eyes. He didn't hold up any notes.
No.
Or signs during the call. No, it was bizarre.
No secrets.
Because people actually, a few people were like, I bet he told you exactly what was going on off air. He didn't. He genuinely.
I wish.
He was probably NDA bound to not do so. For example, let's start with this one. Unbound. Marvel Unbound, which is going to be the EPAC exclusive set. I think he said it was going to be weekly, and it's one artist doing it. So it's kind of like the living set that Top does for Star Wars, is my understanding.
Absolutely, yeah. It is numbered, which is living set. So living set is not directly numbered on the card. Living set is numbered through the archive of their site. So they'll release a character. You'll have a week to buy the card. And then after the week, the card goes away. They don't print anymore. And then on their website, they archive the image of the card. They'll make as many as
ordered. Yeah.
Right. They make as many as ordered, and they put the print run of the number of the card on their website. However, for Unbound, from it sounds like when he compared it to Marvel Masterpieces. So it sounds like Unbound is hard numbered. So once they're sold out, that's it. So it won't be like the window you have with living set. This will be like first come, first serve. I don't know how many are going to be. He never told us the edition size of each card, but it is really interesting, and it is by one artist. And Ian and I both have our suspicions.
We have our suspicions, but the thing is, the people have been messaging me saying, "Who was it?"
I wish I knew. I really don't know.
Tell us, and they're like, "Really?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like,
no. I mean, if someone wanted to offer me money for it, I would take their money, but they wouldn't have a real answer.
Yeah,
but we can go through that process.
I've got a pretty good guess.
You have a very good guess. I am 90% on your guess. I'm not saying it because I don't want people to bombard this person, and I don't want to give away information that maybe Upper Deck doesn't want us to give away right now.
I'm glad you said that, because I was about to, but I'm going to hold my tongue.
See, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I just don't feel... The problem with we have good relationships with a lot of artists, so we'd like for them to announce it themselves in the group and stuff like that. And I'm sure this artist is a friend of our group, at least if it's the one we think it is. so hopefully they announce it and we'll figure that out. I don't know when it's coming out. I think it's coming out in February. He said soon, right?
I think it's soon.
He said really soon.
Yeah. See, I can't remember. I'm having a mental block moment now, which is understandable because
it was a while ago.
Yeah, it was. I've been to sleep since then. I'm getting old and I haven't had much sleep. I've had a headache all day. Terrible. But I can't remember if he said Marvel Weekly was coming back.
He did.
He did or he didn't?
He did. He said Marvel Weekly's coming back. Yeah.
Okay. So
from my memory, but I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah. See, that's my reservation because I don't think Marvel Weekly is a brilliant experience as a buyer. It's really stressful. I certainly wouldn't.
You guys have done it more than I have.
Well, I did it 1 year, and that was enough for me. And I think people found it equally hair raising for the second year of it. So if Unbound is going to be anywhere like that, then I'll be staying on the sidelines. But that's not to say it's not worth doing. But what I'm saying is that will be very sought after. I think. Probably
I'm interested. So what else did he tell us about Unbound? Because I'm trying to remember it now. I think
there's autographs.
Like, what was the format?
I have a feeling it's weekly. I can't remember if
we know that
cards per week.
I think they're going to just go for a very long time, living set. I think it's just going to be continuous.
Let's assume it's a couple of cards a week, like living set.
You think 2 characters or like 3 characters?
Well, I think 2 cards.
You think 2 cards?
I think 2 cards a week, but I don't know if they're going to be different characters. They might be the same. Might be Spider-Man week 1, might be Scarlet Witch week 2, might be Vision week 3.
Yeah, I think you can bet that week 1 would most likely be Spider-Man or something iconic. You and me week 4. That'd be great.
Listen,
I'm not going to lie. I think we'd look really good on a card. I don't want to put it out there.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it out there. I know it's an honor reserved for Upper Deck in full employees, and it's still a little bit up in the air as to whether Travis is actually on the books. He was circumspect about that himself.
He was wondering. So there's a window.
I've mentioned him to other Upper Deck folk in communications we've had, and they've all been like, Travis who? So who knows? But
who knows?
He managed to make it onto a bystander card.
I want to make it on a card. I mean, honestly, we have great faces for it.
We have.
I don't want to put, you know what I mean? We do.
Yeah, I've got a great face for radio.
You look good. Shut
I love that expression.
You crazy.
Great face for radio.
Have a good face for radio. Yeah.
Dear Ray.
My mom told me that when I was 8.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Unbound, though, I am excited about that. I'd like to know the edition size for sure. I'd like to.
It's going to be autos.
Know what the chases are. If there's going to be autos,
there's going to be autos, and there's going to be actual sketches as well. Those were the 2 things that were mentioned.
Yes,
because it's original
sketches
art,
as well.
But it's obviously printed. Cards, but there's going to be autos and sketches from this artist. So it has to be an artist big enough to carry that kind of appeal.
Very interesting.
I think it'll be, so we can, I'll say one thing, right? I do think it will be a sketch card artist. I don't think it'll be an artist from the 90s. I don't think it'll be an artist from the comic book industry, from the publishing side. I think it would very much be a artist from the whole sketch card world stuff. One of the bigger.
Did you see my little shudder?
I did see the shiver. That's why I did the cold sound. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm actually really excited about this set. I think when it comes out, I'll definitely grab a pack for the experience and do like a little video for us. Or, whatever, and just post in the group or something, because I do think it's going to be, if they are going to do it for a long time, it's definitely going to be one of those things you'll want to archive. That I might archive. I don't know. It depends on the price. Depends if I, have to sell part of my body to afford something of Silver Surfer. We'll see.
Another part. At this point, folks, he's held together by glue.
I'm on a stick right now, and my head has to be very centered. Otherwise, I fall down.
You see, you brought me back to the image of Terrence and Phillip from South Park again. Where we
Bill
Sienkiewicz about. That was hilarious.
Oh, God, that was a trip.
So Marvel Unbound, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to be quite soon. I think he said it.
It has to be February. It has to be the first week of February or the second. Like he made it sound out like it's happening.
It's a coming. Well, the other thing that's a coming and will be out by the time this episode drops, I think, is Marvel Ages, of course, which is
I'm so excited about that
big release.
What was the date again on that? I keep forgetting.
Well, it was supposed to be, I think, the 3rd of February. I think it's been pushed back to the 10th. So it's been pushed back a week, but I think that's probably
respectable.
It's fine. It is what it is. What are you going to do? But the the thing that daunts me about that is the base set is 300 cards. So it's kind of Marvel Beginnings and Marvel 80th scale. Marvel 80th was 200 cards. Although I don't actually have any of the base cards in hand because they don't exist as base as physical cards. You could only get a digital version.
Well, you got the retro, right?
Which was weird. Yes, I have. Well, the thing is, I got the whole set. The only thing I didn't get, I went in ham, and so I built the whole set on EPAC.
I remember.
And there it still resides. But and I got the Marvel achievements: the M, the A, the R, the V, the E, the L. The different.
Yeah.
Which is
killed it.
First time I've ever managed to get that far in a set. I wasn't able to do it quickly, as in didn't have the funds to be able to get a chance at one of the achievements, the original comic art pages. But I'm happy with it, and I'm still working on the comic cuts set, but the comic cuts with signature I bailed on because that was just it's a bit too spicy for the can't afford it all, unfortunately. But interestingly, it's been still sat on EPACs, but I want it in hand. But someone who'd already kind of got it in hand has just sold me their set. So the beauty of it is I'm now going to get it in hand very soon, and therefore I can sell my set that's on EPAC.
That's the way to do it, man. Smart move.
But Marvel 80th is very much the spiritual half one-eyed stepchild, illegitimate bastard son of Marvel Ages. I wasn't sure where I was going with that. Could you tell?
80th is the one that's in the basement. Ages is the one going out, meeting people, having a life. Yeah. Ages is the one you feed.
That's right.
By slipping the food under the door. Smart. No, it's good.
So basically Ages is the one that goes to the ambassador's receptions. 80th is the one that stays in the basement and you get the offcuts of the canapes too. So but Ages I don't know, it's the ambassador's reception, who knows. So there's a whole scenario in my mind there that I was playing out. But Ages, and you know what I find this is my third pint of coffee today, mate, so I'm buzzing my tits off.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I'm literally buzzing my tits off right now. If I have a fourth, I literally start hallucinating. It's like I'm tripping, but we'll not do that. You talk for a bit. I can't.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so for Ages, we know the date of Ages. We pretty much know everything that's coming out. There's been a sell sheet that's in the group, and we have that kind of all settled and ready to go. He sounded very excited about Ages, so I think Ages is going to be pretty epic in terms of scale. We already know that it is, but I think the hits are very different. Like, we're getting precious materials now, right? We have a gold hit, we have a silver hit.
Yeah.
There's quite a few things that are happening. I don't think we've ever had a Marvel card embedded with gold. We've had diamonds, but never gold, right? Or silver.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is you can open your own jewelry store by the time they finish bringing this set.
I think what's nice about Ages too is that there is such a plethora of inserts, and they're all distinct. All of them are distinct, which is what I'm pretty excited about.
And I dig them all. See, the thing is, this is the difference. So Flare. Now, Flare, I'm not sure. Flare is one of those sets that felt like a bit of a Frankenstein in a way. This is Flare 2019 now. but not some people like some of the hits, but not some of the chases, but not the others. And some people like the other chases, but not on, so a lot of people maybe don't dig the corner cover patch cards. I love them. But then the totemic cards, I'd heat my house with those. But
my house in those. Yeah, I was not a fan of them. I love the idea, but
I like the idea. Work. I don't think it works, which is fine. You can't hit a home run every single time. But
it's cool to have that out there.
But Ages, I dig what they've done in thematic terms with the set, the whole feel of it, and just the feel of the insert sounds good. And what I love is that everyone we've spoken to, because we have spoken to other people at Upper Deck, and some of those episodes aren't out yet. Everyone's really felt like it was a bit of a personal thing for them to.
Like Ages feels very much like here's everything we've learned and we're putting it into a set, and it very much feels like a continuation of Beginnings,
and it feels like a comic lover's dream as well.
And I really like Beginnings. I think there are a lot of hidden gems of Beginnings that people haven't caught on to yet, and it's gonna be big when it does, especially the signed comic covers from Beginnings. I think once people realize what those are, they'll become a little bit bigger. But Ages feels like not only a continuation, but it feels like in Beginnings, they're never going to redo Beginnings, right? Beginnings was the beginning of this whole accumulation of it all began. And then Ages is very much like, it's only just begun.
That's when I start channeling.
They use that. Yeah, such a beautiful song. But Ages is definitely going to be the whole, like, it's again going to be a set that comes out and it won't be repeated. In my opinion, I don't think it will be repeated. I think it will be like Beginnings. Eventually down the line, 5 years, 10 years, however long it's been since Beginnings. Oh my God, how long has it been since Marvel Beginnings?
2012? 2012, I think it came out.
Wow, I'm getting old.
Is someone stirring something in the background where you live?
No. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
I can hear this. This sounds like a teaspoon in a mug kind of sound. And I thought, is it me? Am I going mad? It's the coffee.
No. It's not you. It's not you. You've had 3 pints of coffee. My wife is now beginning her pint of coffee.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I think Ages will come out, and I think it will be out, and that will be the whole set, and we won't see a repeat of Ages. We'll see something different in a 10-year time span or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm really up for it. And we haven't seen the checklist or anything yet.
No, not yet.
Imminently, but I know Cat's
going to be massive. Cat's in there 100%. I don't think Surfer's in there. I'm pretty sure he's not. So I don't know if any Fantastic Four characters are going to be in there, but there's going to be some really good characters though. I mean, 300 cards you're looking at, and like they're doing 80s and 90s inserts, man. That's going to bring us way back. You know what I mean? And also too, people need to start keeping count of like even though it's reused art, I've come to realize that some of that is really interesting because they're using art that's first time ever being used on a card that might have been featured in a comic book.
Yes.
And I don't think people have been paying attention to that a little bit because like I'm looking at the art of my character collection. I'm like, oh man, I have like Izad Ribic on my on Spider-Man archives. And I'm like, I didn't even realize, that was on there. I had the Jim Lee Silver Surfer, you know what I mean? That was featured there. And in Marvel Onslaught, which is a really great set. I'd love to get that card as a 10. That's one of my favorite cards, man. Such a good one. Well, anyway, keep an eye out for that because it's going to be a lot of really cool art in there. That's first time being used.
What occurs to me is that some of the art that is reused is from a comic cover that would have been a variant that would have been actually like a really expensive book to get. So that's what I like about some of the art that is used. There's a fair amount of this in on some of the Marvel Annual cards actually from this year, but I've seen it somewhere else.
That's
One of the other sets recently had a lot of art, and I remember looking and thinking that was on a variant. That was kind of like a 1 in 50 or 1 in 75, retailer variant cover that,
Well, the cool thing about 80s retro or 80s Marvel 80th was that the art that was in there was first appearance. So like not only it probably wasn't on the cover. It was probably inside, like on one of the pages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the first time the character appears in a panel, which I thought was really cool, which is what got me so hardcore into it originally. And then, you know, I slowly let it go because, just doesn't fit PC. But it was fun to collect for sure.
You're not a set guy.
Not a set guy. I mean, I am and I'm not. Like, I don't know. I have to, it's like very specific. Like I have particular sets, but I can't do every set. Anyway, you know that.
Yeah. I have a very particular set of skills.
Particular set of skills.
And I'm going to find that card.
Find it right now.
Channeling your inner Liam Neeson.
My Liam Neeson.
Man. So Marvel Ages is out as you hear this. So I'm sure you'll have already seen it.
Yes.
Many questions will come. The one we realized this after we'd finished recording, and I did put it in the show notes, but I think a lot of people missed it. They were going, well, what about Fleer X-Men Metal Universe? We just forgot.
Yeah.
We just forgot to talk about it. We
really forgot.
I believe it's still coming. I'm not sure exactly when. We
have a sell sheet. We know the inserts.
Yeah.
We know all the details. Yeah. The details are there except for obviously a checklist in terms of all the characters
when it's coming
being featured.
And how much it costs. No one knows yet. So
the art that's on the cards is reused from publishing art. So we don't have the similar thing that we had with Flare or Fear Ultra, where we have like, you know, some artists or a combination of a lot of artists. So it is going to be reused art on base cards, but I think some of the inserts have original art and stuff like that, similar to how particular sets do, like we have like a specific insert set has an artist. But yeah, I think a lot of the art that's in the base is going to be reused, I think.
Well,
at least from the sell sheet, from what we saw there.
Yeah. Well, listen, Fleer Ultra X-Men, we've done a whole episode about the preview of that, so there's nothing really new to talk about there. However, the big news, which will be original art if it's going to live up to the title, Fleer Ultra Avengers. I have to say,
just nuts.
I might have just let out a little bit of we saying that out loud again, because that's how exciting one of those sets is.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be a beast. It's going to be an absolute beast of a set.
Yeah. Well, I think it's smart, man. Continuing Fleer Ultra. I mean, I've never had more fun collecting a set than, I've really had fun chasing the Spot Rainbow and chasing all the cards with you guys during the Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, because that was really, really fun, man. And like Fleer Ultra X-Men has some amazing parallels, amazing hits, amazing things to run after. So if the Fleer Ultra line continues like this, I'm just so excited for what the future holds. But Avengers, man, Avengers.
Ultra Avengers. So outside of the Rittenhouse couple of goes, I don't think the Avengers have had a bespoke set. I mean, obviously there's been MCU focused sets about the Avengers movies, but certainly back in the 90s. So the thing is, with Fleer Ultra Spider-Man and Fleer Ultra X-Men, they were kind of bringing back, they had a base to hark back to. Right. Fleer Ultra Avengers has never been done before.
Brand new.
So I imagine the feel of it will be similar.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think all the benchmarks that make a Fleer Ultra set are just going to be in the Fleer Ultra Avengers set. You know what I mean? I think that stuff's going to be in there, but I'm trying to think of what inserts are going to be like, how they're going to change it up and everything like that.
Well, they'll have PMGs.
Oh my God, yeah, PMGs. That's crazy.
They were a staple of both the recent Fleer Ultra sets, and people go nuts for them, especially the coloured parallels. They're a big...
Yeah, they're big. They're a big deal. Well, someone made a post on Instagram recently. They posted a Fleer PMG, and they were saying like, this is the product that high-end collectors go after because they're difficult to grade. I never thought about that. Yeah. Never realized that was kind of like the challenge there of a PMG, which is kind of cool to know. But PMGs are coming out. It's going to be some kind of transparency acetate thing, because we had that X Century and Flare Ultra Spider-Man, right?
You had the X cuts from Flare Ultra X-Men.
There you go.
If they were called,
So we're going to have some kind of acetate for that, for sure.
Will be original art, of course.
Yeah, it has to be original.
Base set will be original, probably.
All of it's going to be original. Has to be. Has to be
top-end
original.
artists as well. I mean, we don't know who's on Flare Ultra Avengers yet.
No, we don't.
Let's just think about who we had on the past ones. We had, Greg Hildebrandt, of course, did that.
Yep, did that little,
was on both.
That 3 insert, yes.
But he was on Flare Ultra Spider-Man and on Flare Ultra X-Men with the big lithograph.
That's right, the puzzle.
You had Bianchi on Flare Ultra Spider-Man. You had Bob Larkin.
Yep.
On that. You had Ko Cacao. You had JP
Eric
Wilkerson.
That's it.
Who, you know what? Eric Wilkerson, he's done an intro for us before. But Eric Wilkerson, I love his work, and he's a really nice guy as well. So you will have heard Eric Wilkerson at the top of this episode.
I love that.
I'm going to give Eric another plug because I think Eric's from what I've seen of him on social media and the interactions we've had, I think he's a really sweet guy. And I'd love to talk to Eric actually and have him come on the show. So I might reach out to him and see if we can make that happen. Anyway, top end artists and it's original art. I hope that maybe Eric Gist would be on the set.
I think he has to be. He was
amazing. He was amazing.
He was great. He was so much fun to talk to. I love his work too.
Who would your wish list be then for artwork on Flare Ultra Avengers? Well, I'll start because I've already got an idea in my head. I'll give you.
Please go for it.
I'd love it if Dave DeVries had done some new artwork for it. Big fan of Dave's. I'd love
it would be the best
if there was something from any of the artists I've just mentioned. And I'm not as worried about Black Cat on this one because she's never really been on the Avengers spectrum, so she might pop up somewhere.
How big is the set usually for Flare Ultra? Like the base? Is it over 100?
It was on Flare Ultra Spider-Man. It was 100, but then you had the Web 4 parallels, and then you had
right.
Chase. On Flare Ultra X-Men, it was vast. It was 200. Because
a lot more mutants, I guess.
Well. Actually, no, it wasn't 200. It was 150 because you had the heroes, which was 1 to 175. Then you had villains, which was 76 to 150. And I say 200 because then you had 5 chase sets of 10 each. So you had the originals, you had X-Men 92, you had Dead and Gone. I can't remember the last 2. Anyway, and so when you look at all of the kind of base and chase, if you like, all the original art, that was 200 cards for Flare Ultra X-Men, and then you had the PMGs, and then you had the acetate cards, and so Flare Ultra X-Men, even just at the base level, was probably getting on 400 cards, easy, and then you've got parallel stuff. And Flare Ultra
Spider-Man's pretty vast, yeah. So
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're looking at 100 card. In terms of Avengers, unless they get really obscure with it and do the 150. But I do think I'm interested to see what the scale. So I will say this, the sketch cards, how they design the sketch cards for Flare Ultra X-Men and Flare Ultra Spider-Man are some of my favorite sketch card designs. Like that Spider-Man one with the silver foiling on top. And that is it's really, really nice. And the X-Men one looks really cool. The banner at the bottom and everything like that. So I'm actually really excited to see that design and what they decided to go with, because it's going to be thicker stock, right? The whole set will be thicker stock. It'd be like 55 or 75 point. I forget what it is.
It's thicker, actually. I think it was 90, I want to say.
Yikes. Maybe it is.
It's the same thickness as Marvel Masterpiece.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
But that has to be 75 then, because it fits in a 75 top loader.
Weird.
I think Premier's the one that's thicker.
No. Anyway,
I know, who cares?
Gauge. Where's my thickness gauge? You keep talking, I'll find my thickness gauge, and that's not a euphemism.
We'll figure it out. It's not a euphemism. But yeah, Avengers is going to be really cool. Again, I hope they continue the Flare Ultra line and see the possibilities of what could possibly occur there, because they have opened that door, and that is something pretty exciting to see kind of happen. A lot of big hitters are in Avengers. I'm sure they'll put Wolverine in there because at one point he was an Avenger or something like that. I'm sure we'll have some off people who are usually not Avengers. All right, we're checking the gauge.
Right, so I have in my hand a Fleer Ultra Spider-Man web foil card of
They're so
Chameleon.
pretty. Chameleon. That's fun.
Oh, so nice. It's such a, it just smells nice. So I'm holding it up to my thickness gauge, and it is, you know what? It's just a shade over 75. I think that's 80.
80. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because there's on the other side you've got magnetics on one side, which has got a 75 point mark, and then on the other side you've got top loaders, and there's one mark there at 79. It's just about, yeah.
So is that a BCW card?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So BCW and Ultra Pro. So they're slightly off in terms of measurements of how they do their cards, but they will fit either from our experience. Some Star Wars cards and other cards depend, snug and stuff like that. I always try to keep a little bit of space between the surface of the magnetic holder or top loader.
Yeah. You like a bit
just
of
to give it some breathing room. I love having a bit of room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like snug.
Yeah, snug, but not too snug. You don't want to be having to adjust yourself.
No, you don't. Yeah, you don't need a show off.
No. That's a whole different type of thickness gauge, honey. So,
whole type of thickness gauge,
and it won't fit in a top loader. So we've managed to lower the tone even further this episode. This is the Smutty episode. This is the Smutty review of the preview.
Smutty review
of 2021. That's the title of the episode. Brilliant.
Oh my gosh.
So
a lot of premium
Avengers,
products.
I'm really excited. I guarantee it'll have comic cuts in there.
Has to.
How could you not have comic cuts? I mean, the ones from Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, beautiful. Fleer Ultra X-Men ones are probably slightly more my favourite. Some of the way they did the cutouts for the Fleer Ultra Spider-Man ones are a bit distracting from some of the artwork underneath. Just a little bit.
I think, I get you. I do think when they're done right, the Spider-Man ones are really nice. Like the ones with the oval cuts and the dual over cuts or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think when the cuts are really on point, it brings the cohesion of the card. But I see what you mean. It does distract from the actual panel.
See, I'm resisting the urge to open my case because I know you shoot at me every time I open my case.
I love it. Go for it.
I wanted to get out the my Black Cat one just so that I can visually remind myself.
What is this?
No, you did just say go
just
on.
have
I've
it
just
open,
opened the wrong one.
Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I've just opened the wrong one.
You opened the wrong. No, you did that on purpose. I didn't. You did that on
Hang on
purpose.
a sec. Oh, there we go. That sounds like the right one to me. Oh, there she is. Hello,
I don't
Felicia.
know what I'm doing here. Oh my God.
I'm fine, thank you.
Jumping out my window. Forget it now.
Well, you know what? We were speaking of diamonds earlier on. Triple diamond, Black Cat from Marvel Gems.
That's beautiful.
Numbered to 30, that one.
Wow. You have that in a penny sleeve. You wouldn't put that on a top loader with no penny sleeve, would you?
I actually don't, because I don't have a penny sleeve big enough for it. So, yes, guilty as charged. Right. Where is it? Where's my Fleer Ultra Spider-Man?
I wish you were just like down the block from me because I would just walk you over.
You would so
at 130
like, come and smack my bitch up, wouldn't you?
I would take my mic and just walk it over to you.
Here we go. You'd give me a biff upside the hooter for that transgression.
So how many diamond inserts does Black Cat have? Is there a 4, 3, 2, and 1?
No. There was only a triple. But there was a black triple that was a 1 of 1 that recently resurfaced on eBay for a disgusting amount of money.
Yes, that was the ridiculous one.
So these are ridiculously thick. I mean, these are thicker than the base cards. Look at that.
I love that.
So that's the single.
That looks, dude. That's the
thing. That's the thing.
To date, that is one of the better ones I've seen.
Yeah. So that's from. So these will be on the tasting notes, by the way. This is from the first appearance of Black Cat, Amazing Spider-Man 194, and it's just a perfect framing, which is why it's PC for my Black Cat collection. So there's that one.
I don't know why comic cuts haven't caught on. I'm going to make a push, man. Everyone needs to get on this train because comic cuts are the way to go, especially with how many comic books are being slabbed now. it is an amazing way to have panels being highlighted in a collection, because some of the best work is on the inside. It's not just the cover.
Is Spider Eyes.
See, that looks great too.
And it's just nice. Black Cat's in one side, Spiders in the other. So they've just done that really
They didn't do a spot. I wish they did a spot. I checked all the issues. No spot in there, unfortunately.
No, they'd need to have done those Spectacular Spider-Man issues that he was in.
Yeah, baby. Felicia's in there with him, though, too, funny enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. I remember. Yeah. Well, issue 100.
I showed you.
Of Spectacular Spider-Man, of course. Yes. Yeah. I recently rebagged and boarded my Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh, did you really?
Well, I've got up to about 170 odd issues because I ran out of bags and boards because I've got almost a complete run. But yeah, that's an amazing run. That's an amazing.
Yeah, I was actually going to get that issue 9.8 CGC for like my spot display that I want to do. But like the yellow issue, the yellow cover.
And he's gone, ladies and gentlemen. He's walked away from the mic. Oh, yes, that's right. Yes.
Number 99 has like the spot cover. And I was just like, you know what? I'd rather have the first cover with Spot than the first appearance, just because like aesthetically it's so pretty.
Nice.
So
nice.
But yeah.
Now, if you were going to carry on, this is speculation time here.
Speculation.
If you were going to do a Fleer Ultra, add any other Marvel kind of property here, I was thinking I'd love a Fleer Ultra Daredevil.
Whoa.
Or a Fleer Ultra the
Defenders. Yeah,
because
Defenders
then
would be the better one.
You could do. I've just thought of something else. Fleer Ultra Marvel Knights.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Moon Knight,
I would
Man
eat that
Thing.
up. Yeah, but all that late 90s kind of Punisher.
Yeah.
The Garth Ennis Punisher. You could put that in there. You could have
actually, you know what? That's a
Smith,
really good
Palmiotti,
idea.
Mac, Bendis, all that Daredevil, which is getting on for 20 years ago now, 20 plus years
Marvel
ago.
Knight will probably become kind of bigger in we have the vampire dude from Spider-Man having his own film, Moon Knight, Morbius. You have Moon Knight coming out as well. You have a couple of different pieces coming out that are going to be featuring Marvel Knight characters.
Yeah, I just think, Fleer Ultra Daredevil I'd love, but I think Daredevil as might not be a big enough thing to kind of warrant that set or make its money.
Yeah.
But Marvel Knights feels like a good fit for me. Listen, if it was a case, if it'd be one of those things, it's like, okay, we'll do a Fleer Ultra this, but it won't sell much, but we'll do it just to please Ian. I'd love a Fleer Ultra. I'd love a Fleer Ultra Midnight Suns.
Ooh, that's pretty
Fleer
cool.
Ultra 2099 universe.
Oh, I'm on board with that guy.
Okay.
That's my vote. I love 2099 stuff.
In my ultimate ideal world, and this is the one where people laugh and throw rocks at me, a Fleer Ultra New Universe.
Ooh, that's pretty good though, man.
I'd love a bit of Star
really
Brand.
cool.
Strike Force Moriarty weren't technically New Universe, I don't think, but they always get kind of, because they were around the same time. That was a brilliant book.
I do love that. Well, yeah, I mean, so you have Daredevil featured in Spider-Man, but with Marvel Knights, you can have Ghost Rider, which is also featured in Spider-Man.
That's what I'm saying.
But you
can
have
like crossover there.
Yeah, you got a pretty good room in there for Marvel Knights. That'd be actually really cool.
But Defenders allows you to do Doctor Strange. It
Defenders
allows you to do
is
some
better.
Cloak and Dagger stuff. It allows you to venture into Strange Tales territory a bit. You can have Hulk in there because he was in the Defenders.
Yeah, you have Namor, Hulk. Yeah, Surfer if you wanted. Yeah, you could do a whole Defenders line.
So yeah. So there's loads.
It's there, but I do like. It's really fun. I mean, there's so many possibilities with Fleer Ultra, and I know they have to be thinking about this. They wouldn't make Avengers if this wasn't going to be an way to extend out the set. So, man, it's going to be great. It's going to be so great. But yeah, I'm excited.
Fantasy Fleer Ultra. We should.
We're here.
This should become a thing. Yeah, a fantasy Fleer Ultra.
This is going to become a thing. I'm going to put some bets online. It's going to be great.
What I'd really like is, do you remember back in the Rittenhouse days, there was a Marvel 75th anniversary set that before the Marvel anniversary 75th anniversary set came out in and of itself, there was a kind of Marvel 75th 75th anniversary kind of subset or chase set or promo set, or whatever, that was split across multiple products.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah. So you'd get. I don't have the full details in my head, so I'm not going to say anything more about it. But I remember seeing it pop up in a number of different sets, and it was kind of on the lead up to it. And then, of course, they came out with the own Marvel 75th anniversary set on its own. What I'd love is with these Fleer Ultra sets, if there was a kind of an element of the set that maybe carried on numbering and theme from Fleer Ultra set to Fleer Ultra set.
That's a good idea.
Do you see what I mean? So if you had maybe
so
cards 1 to 9 were in Fleer Ultra Avengers, and then the next Fleer Ultra set had cards 10 to 18, and they kind of did it with the Deadpool set.
They did.
Spider-Man and X-Men, which is fine, but something that maybe wasn't Deadpool. That wasn't Deadpool, because Deadpool's fine, but Deadpool.
I do think it was funny to see Deadpool crashing other card brands. I do think that was one
funny.
Of the better.
That was on his own set.
That was a great.
Right. Yeah.
That was a really smart idea. That was really clever. Great way to break the fourth wall card wise. Pretty smart.
So Fleer Ultra Avengers, and then of course, what else did he talk about? Black Diamond, of course, and we've got lots more about Black Diamond to come. So I won't dwell on that too much now, because
we'll have details of that.
But we have a lot more about Black Diamond. But then there's all the other MCU sets. So obviously Black Widow. I think he said there was a WandaVision set.
Yeah, he did. So, I mean, they're going to be, he mentioned that they're definitely going to be more up to date as they can, just because they usually have to wait on Marvel.
Yeah.
But they are going to match the television shows that are coming out. So Winter Soldier is another one, WandaVision. And there's another TV series too. So
Cloak and Dagger.
Marvel. Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger. Do you remember he said they're going to do that in the same format as they did Runaways? And that it's just going to be the hits, if you like.
Why not?
Which is, be up for that. I really need to watch that series. I love Cloak and Dagger in the comics.
I saw the pilot and the second episode, and you know what, man? I was surprised. I was really impressed. It was really, I mean, it's teenish because it's, teen protagonist, but they've made it teen importance. You know what I mean? Like things that are stereotypical, not true, but stereotypically important to teens. They've kind of put in that show to get to that audience. But I think the actors' renditions of the characters are really good, and I think the effect of Dagger going into Cloak and stuff like that were really interesting in the pilot. Yeah, some good stuff. I won't spoil it for you.
Dagger going into Cloak.
You're making weird faces.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I heard it. I heard it the other way around. I thought it was an entirely different type of TV show. Anyway,
sick son of a Dagger. Everyone likes their own thing, man. Okay,
you can't take me anywhere.
Whatever Cloak's into, we shouldn't judge him.
Especially not at the moment because of lockdown. You literally can't take me anywhere. It is illegal to do so in the UK currently. I'm so sick of this. Anyway, let's move on because I'm sure everyone else is as well. And we're here as relief from the world outside. So there were hints at other things. So I think he hinted that Anime 2 was going to be a thing.
Yes, that was a hint. He said that on air, right?
So that's good. That's good. Hint, I don't want to make anything up and get anyone into trouble.
I think that's really smart, man. Anime needs to be a staple. I've said this once before, but anime is 100% a staple now. Just like masterpieces. I think, you change the artist from every set. Ooh, you got some in hand.
I got some.
They look good, man.
Mega Moon.
I'm not going to lie. They look really good.
It's just the foiling on them is so...
They killed it.
It's just such a vibrancy to that. It's so different to a lot of them.
They look great.
Done.
Well, because
it's really pops.
I don't know. They really did a great job on it. They didn't hide the foil, and they no. Japanese. I can't wait to see what they do next.
Oh, and
anime to me was a huge hit.
And the artist, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be a new artist too, hopefully.
Yeah. So,
I mean, Peach was amazing, but just like Peach will be the Juice Go of that
Oh
series.
yeah,
obviously.
absolutely. But her right arm did fall off after signing all those auto cards.
Or,
I mean, literally. I mean,
Jesus,
it's got
120 each.
Yeah.
I would change. I mean, that number is nice because if you do get an auto, you do have a really good chance of getting. Well, was it an auto per box?
Yes. I opened 3 boxes.
So you always got an
3
auto,
autos.
which is kind of nice.
Yeah. And they are really nice. They are really nice. Weirdly, the ones I had
on
all high
card
numbers.
Really pretty.
They were all like between the 110 and 120 mark, all the ones I pulled.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
That's funny.
It's just something that really, really struck out to me. I was like 103, 109, and then 100. I've just contradicted myself because I said they were all between 110 and 120, but they weren't. So I'm still chipping away at anime, and it's great. While we're on anime, I'm going to have a little moan now. And I know not everyone will feel this way. But I'm going to have a moan because it's about anime on e-packs, and this really did vex me. Actually, it just made me feel a bit down about things for a little while, and then I remembered I'm a grown adult and stopped feeling that way. But the printing plates they did as achievements for anime, but they did it as all 4 printing plates. So if you were able to buy enough product or trade for enough product, and let's face it, you'd need to have bought a fair bit to have enough to trade, you would get printing plate collections of 4. So that's the black, the cyan, the magenta, and the yellow printing plate for each character, all 4 of them in one sort of set, if you like.
Yeah.
And they did that with certainly with the base card art, they did it in blocks of 5. So if you were one of the people, I think 15 or so, I can't remember, I can't do the math. Anyway, you would get 5 characters worth of all 4 base plates. So effectively you get 5 sets of all 4 base plates for 5 different characters. And Black Hat was in one of those lots.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm like, okay, well there goes my chance at having a kind of a full rainbow, because the odds of having all 4 plates is always a very slim thing. Very few collectors are able to do it.
Very impossible.
Very few collectors are able to do it. So I get that this puts that within the realm of possibility, but it also becomes it's only going to be for the very, very big spenders, because you would have had to and the people who've done it spent thousands on anime. There are 2 people in the group who've done it now.
So I'm trying to think, what is the amount of money you'd had to spend in order to unlock that achievement? It was
5 figures. And one of them said it was 5 figures.
So there's 2 sides to this, right? One, you get all 4 plates of a character, which, like Ian said, was impossible.
Times 5 characters. So you do get, I guess, a good prize at the end of it.
You do get a great prize at the end. I do think it's a great prize at the end, but the problem is that, look, good side, you get all 4 plates of the same character, which is almost impossible to do. So you lock it down, it's over. You don't have to do the horribleness that Ian and I have had to do over the years for our characters, which is respectable. And I do appreciate that opportunity. But the problem is that now it makes the plates not so much of a thing you can come across, but now it makes it more of a thing that you have to price in for. And that's the thing that is so disheartening about that achievement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, things have been posted on eBay. Sets have been posted on eBay. I think they're at like the grand mark. Or,
they start.
15.
Yeah, they start. There's 1,000. I think the Doctor Strange went up for 2,000.
Yeah, the Doctor Strange was 2,000. I think Frank was just telling us that one lowered in price already, his Iron Man. So I think he's at like $1,000 already for the 4 plates.
Yeah. Now, which isn't shocking, because I'd probably expect to pay around 150, 200 for a plate from that kind of series.
That's not, no.
And masterpieces, you'd be looking at 300, 400 at least, up to 600 for the really popular characters.
Which is nuts, which is insane, because it wasn't. I don't feel like MM18 was like that with printing plates. It's only in recent developments was MM 2020, $400 for a plate of a character that was not tier 4 or a mainstream character. I feel like that's what I'm seeing a lot more is like I'm seeing plates of characters that are not a big deal, and big deal as in like not everybody's going to want that character. It's basically going to be a PC character for like 1 or 2 people. Be a $400 plate on eBay. Yeah. That's a lot for a plate. I mean, it's a one of one. I've always said that plates were undervalued. Always said that.
Yeah, they are.
We've both said that.
They are.
They are because they're beautiful. I mean, they're production pieces. They're spectacular in my opinion.
They are amazing. They are amazing. But the thing is, I guess the thing is with me is that say you're the collector and we know in my particular case, my character, I know the person who got that as the achievement, and you know they do e-packs in a big way.
Oh, that's right. I saw you talking to them.
But it's very unlikely anyone who got all 4 would then split all 4.
No, you have to buy them as all 4.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So say I went and I bought that Doctor Strange, and then I decided to list all 4 plates separately. I think very few people would do that because they would be worth less than the whole that you've paid for.
Yeah.
So I guess my feeling on it is that if you wanted to try and get more than one of the plates for your character, then good luck to you. You know, there's a couple of occasions where I've got 2 of the 4 plates. There's a couple of occasions where I've got 3 of the 4 plates from a set. There's a lot of occasions where I've just got 1 of the 4 plates.
Yeah.
But in theory, 4 collectors who went after a character could each have a plate. That's not going to happen now. So, yeah.
And I do think that's kind of sad because, I mean, and I think, and I agree with you, Ian, 100%. Like, selfishly, do I think it's smart that the person gets all 4 plates at once and it's over? Yes. The problem is that if you look at the logistics of a rainbow, right? If you look at the logistics of a rainbow, most rainbows to a lot of collectors, and not telling anybody how to collect, do consist of at least 1 printing plate, 1 sketch, 1 autograph.
Yep.
For me, that's base. Right. For it to be called a rainbow for me, at least 1 plate, 1 sketch, 1 auto.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think you need the red spectrum 1 of 1 card to be considered the rainbow. Most people do. I think that's a little intense. I think once you already have a sketch or a plate, that's kind of the 1 of 1 for me. That's somewhere where I look, as a collector, you can't have it all. So you have to compromise and come up with things you're okay with having. But I do think it does make it difficult for 4 character collectors of Doctor Strange to each feel like they've accomplished a rainbow by at least having 1 of the plates. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's fair logic. I hope they don't do it again.
And you get master rainbows and all that sort of shenanigans with the original.
Crazy stuff. It's just people distinguishing their collections from other collectors.
Yeah.
But I do think, do I want to see them do this again? To be honest, no. I think it's a good experiment. We saw it happen. I do think it makes sense that they did it. Do I want to see it happen again? Yeah. No, because I think it's a little
such a good pack hit. I mean, I know they've got more.
It's such a good pack hit. It really is. It's one of those things. It's special.
Hit. Yeah, it is a really special thing to pull a plate. It's a really special thing to pull a plate and then have that experience of thinking, maybe I can try and chase for another one, or maybe I can trade this for a plate of my character. It just, there's so many elements of collecting that are removed, but I get why it was in place, because it's obviously a good benefit to sell more product. You know, as a carrot, you know. It
was a smart achievement. Yeah. It was a smart achievement. It really was. Genius achievement.
I mean, listen, for more about rainbows, folks, listen to episode 38, The Rainbow Connection, available on all good podcast providers right now. And now back to the show.
That was good. I think also too, there's a weird factor that I've been thinking a lot about this lately. There's a factor that cards have to take note of, which is a collector, when they open a box and they get cards, if they do have a better chance of getting at least 1 of 1 of something, either a plate, a red spectrum, or a sketch, there is a moment that happens to a collector, because it's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to Ian, where you look at it and you're like, well, I got the 1 of 1 plate. Like I got the magenta plate. I like this character. Damn, I can actually possibly have a rainbow.
Then you'll build a rainbow, you know what I mean, around that plate. It's the starting point.
That's my point. Yeah.
I've done it.
And I think I've done it too. And I think it's really, really fun. And it's a great way to like get me as a consumer to open up more product, to engage with the product more
as well. That's the thing. I've done it on older products. So I think the long-term benefit of having plates as a pack hit, there's got to be something you've got to take into factor. But it's not easy to model that, I guess, when you're doing financial planning for a set and you've got to work out how it's all going to work. But I don't know.
I think financially, I think you do plan it financially, because you are trying to tap into what is going to get that collector engaging with the product more. And on EPAC, it changes it, because you are doing that in a bigger way by making all 4 plates in one achievement, because you are getting them to engage with the product even more to get the plate achievement. So yeah, I think logistically that's really smart. The problem is that there is, and with the recent card boom and the hype train, as we've talked about last episode, I forget what number it was.
Episode 80, folks.
Episode 80. I think that there is an issue with alienating collectors of any price point, because it can't just be all the big fish hunting for cards. Because I think the problem is that when you start getting there, then you're basically custom making cards. You're not selling a product, you're custom making cards for the 2 or 3 people who are going to go crazy on this stuff. And I've been on that end. I've been at the high premium end of collecting cards, where I've had to dish out a lot of money to get something that everybody's after. And we both have been there, and we've both have been on the bottom. Like collecting Spot from Flair Ultra Spider-Man was low end. No one gave it about a Dalmatian character. Nobody wanted that guy. I was cleaning house. Did you just say Dalmatian
character?
It's true.
I love it.
I love the character.
It's the same for me when I was building that rainbow of Wonder Man. What's his chops from Flair Ultra Spider-Man? He's kind of on the wall. What's his name?
Ezio. Oh,
Ezekiel.
What's his stupid name?
Ezekiel Sims. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Easiest rainbow I ever pulled together, because he's a minor character in most people's eyes.
You flew through that.
Yeah, I flew through that. The thing is, I did it because I bought the plate, and I did therefore go on to buy packs to get stuff to trade for. So yeah. You know, anyway. Well, I think the point has been made and discussed. So, we shall move on. But I ain't happy about that. I ain't happy about that one little bit. And there was another set that was mentioned that wasn't mentioned. So we can't talk about the fact that there might be a set called Premier coming out this year, but there might be a set called Premier coming out later this year. But he didn't say that.
No, he didn't say that.
We inferred it.
Infer. Yeah. Well, we know. I mean, that's annual, so we know that's. Wait a minute. Is it infer?
I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But that's that kind does happen.
Biannual, every other year.
Biannual?
Yeah.
Biannual.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Is it biannual? Oh my God, it is.
Twice as regular as the Olympics. That's all I know. The other thing is that there will be another. We mentioned annual. There will be another Marvel annual set, because that's now an annual thing. So I'm sure there's no major surprises there. Listen, I'm excited about it. I mean, he said that a lot of the comic art stuff was going to be first half of the year, and then a lot of the second half of the year, I think he said, which is kind of cool on the gang. I'm really excited about Marvel Ages. I'm really excited about Flair Ultra Avengers. Unbound, we'll wait and see. Weekly I'll get when it's all said and done. I'll let everyone else do the mosh pit for that, and I'll just sweep up the confetti on the floor after the gig's finished. And Marvel Annual, I'm all in. And Anime 2 probably as well. I might have Anime 1 by
I'll do another anime for sure.
Yeah. It's fun, if nothing else.
It's fun.
It's fun.
I like anime a lot. Anime was a surprise set for me.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be. I mean, I knew I'd like it, but I didn't think I'd be so hard into it as I was.
Yeah.
You know.
I
really liked it.
And of course, as we speak, there's a few products that haven't yet hit EPAC that are due to drop. So even though they came out in 2020, they'll be 2021 EPACers, which is kind of like their video release, if you like. Their home video release happens to be in 2021. So obviously the biggest one is Masterpieces, which hasn't yet dropped. That's a big window now. We're almost at the point with Masterpieces 18. It was released on the 31st of October 2018, and then it came out on EPAC March, I think. So with the 2020 coming out on September 10th, 2020, we're about the same distance from then to now as we would have been.
Yeah.
So I think it's imminent. And also Marvel Annual, and I'd be very surprised if Marvel Annual 20. Which one is it? Hang on, sorry. Marvel
21, 22?
No, it's 2019-20, the one that's just come out. Marvel Annual.
So 21, 22 is coming out.
No. That's what I'm saying. EPAC. This has had a physical release.
Oh, sorry.
1920.
Sorry.
So EPAC release of Marvel Annual 2019-20, which is the newest set, will, I expect, be coinciding with Pack Wars. Maybe they'll release it and then do Pack Wars. I don't know, but
I don't know. I think February. Look, for sure, we're getting a couple of releases in February. So
we'll definitely
get ready for that.
We're definitely getting Ages, and I reckon there'll be an EPAC one. Whether it's
I think there'll be an EPAC one and Ages, yeah,
or a release from, physical.
I agree.
So, yeah,
that has to be happening. I'm feeling confident in saying that's happening.
I'm really excited. I've got sets.
It's gonna be a great year, man. We got tons of stuff coming out.
Yeah, I've got sets. It'd be nice to actually finish one of these sets. One of these days, he says, looking around him at all the various piles and things that are various completions. But one of these days, I'll do it.
They should do some kind of sale or something on ComC.
A sale on ComC? Well, that's the thing. ComC doesn't work. It's the sellers who would sell on ComC because it's like the
yeah, but they give discounts and stuff like that, like eBay, like with eBay bucks and percentages off and stuff like that.
So I don't know.
eBay does that. So eBay will,
eBay bucks doesn't exist in the UK though. It's a US thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we just get
interesting
laughed at. We don't get anything like that.
They're just like, UK people want something.
yeah, forget about that. No, they can keep their variant of COVID. But
keep their tea and biscuits.
But no, I'm looking forward. I'll tell you what I am looking forward to. Because obviously every now and again there is an EPAC sale, and Marvel. Doctor Strange is always a good one when that comes up because it's a nice
That's right.
set to buy. You know what? I'm going to buy us a pack to open on air. So while I'm talking, I'm going to spend money. So there you go. Upper Deck people.
Shit!
I'm going to buy some stuff. What should I buy? Should I buy Doctor Strange or should I buy Fleer Ultra? Two ends of this price.
Fleer Ultra.
Fleer Ultra Spider-Man.
I'll buy a Fleer Ultra pack with you.
Well, let me just buy one for now. You can always buy one in the background, but I'm going to do one for now. I've got no idea.
You don't want to share the spotlight. That's fine. I don't care. Get your pack.
I'm already clicking.
No, it's fine. I'm hurt. My feelings are hurt. That's okay. I see how it is.
Right, I'm in checkout, baby. Listen to Ian and Norrin. Buy stuff online. Every Thursday.
I love that.
Available on iTunes, Spotify,
just
and all
just pull a spot plate
podcast distribution channels. If I put a spot plate, my friend, it is all yours. It is all yours.
I will buy it from you, but I appreciate it.
Well, we'll see how we go. Right, let's click continue. It's about to happen.
Wait, how many of the black plate? You have a black cat. So you have the CN black cat, and what else?
Oh, I've got no idea what the colours they are. I just know I've got two of each. So I've got two of the metal ones, and I've got two of the base card ones. And I'm happy with two.
Fleer Ultra.
Yeah, that's
Fleer Ultra.
Yeah.
What metal?
Right. I'll show you. These.
PMG.
Yeah. Well, they
Right.
say metal across the bottom, so that's why I've called it metal.
Oh,
so
sorry,
I've got two of those.
Oh, okay.
And two of the plates for that, and I've got two of the plates for the base card.
Oh, that's right. The PMGs had printing plates too.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah,
I forgot,
I
baby.
pulled a
Damn.
lizard one.
That's right. That's right.
Available for trade. Right. Can you see my screen, dear boy?
Yes, I can.
Right.
Available for trade.
Here we go.
Love it.
Here we go. Right. So, Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. Imagine
Here
how
comes the
good that would be if it
Spider-Man.
was Fleer Ultra Mother Nights. So straight away, we got weird artwork that gives me a nightmare. Who's that?
Master
Weaver. That's a nightmarish artwork.
I don't think I've even noticed that one before.
Oh yeah, some of them are stuff of nightmares. If you sit down and look at them, I'd never let my daughter look through my Fleer Ultra Spider-Man cards. Yeah, she'd get to Venom. Oh, Doctor Strange. That's lovely artwork. So that's a base Doctor Strange. We have a
Legacy.
Demo Goblin Legacy. I think that's Bob Larkin. Yes, it is. I've no idea what that is, but it's not flashing. But I think it's a hit. Wow. That is a hit. That's one of the one. No, it's not. No, it's not a hit. No, I got excited.
No hit.
There. And a metal Morlan. So no red flasher in that pack. But I did think that artwork. I thought that artwork was maybe one of the the Cityscape or the full color acetates.
Oh, the amber stuff or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, but no, it looks like a base.
Yeah, but no.
But you're right.
It's base 99. That's a real random B-side character as well. Humbug.
I know, right? That's a weird one.
Bah, humbug. But yeah, so there we go. There's a pack of Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. Cool. All the packs.
When is that going to sell out, man?
Hopefully no time soon, because I'm still working on my Black Cat web foil.
Black Cat.
Yeah, exactly. For some pack. So I'm just saving the image of that so people can see what we opened.
Where are you at on your if they so choose to?
I'm
Where
80,
are you at on your Black
80
Cat?
of 100. 80 of
Okay,
100.
Ian, that's really close, brother.
It is, but it's always the last mile that's the hardest, as everyone.
I know,
who's
but that's
done a
pretty
web
great.
Rainbow will experience, will attest to.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
There's a lot of begging that comes with the last 5.
There will be. Listen, I'm going to be shameless. I'm going to be. I was shameless. We'll work for food. We'll work for cards. We'll do something.
No, I was.
Web foils, that's for sure.
I know people hated me. I was shameless.
Well,
shameless.
you were effectively being a super spreader and going around the country, sitting outside people's houses and threatening them.
Well, yeah, it was before the pandemic. It was okay to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll get there sooner or later. I'll get there.
Yeah, you will, of course.
I'll get there.
Of course.
Keep chipping away. But anyway, there's living proof, folks, as a last word, that despite appearances to the contrary, you don't get a red flasher in every pack when you buy a single pack.
Yeah, by the way.
So there we go. People often post the hits, but they don't post the lesser hits. There we go. Which is hilarious. But hey ho, what are you gonna do? All right, buddy. This has been fun. This has been
fun.
I'm on a proper come down from that coffee now, so I might go and get another.
Yeah, dude. You need to chain yourself to a wall or something. You're gonna have a hard time.
Myself to something. I've got to cook dinner yet. I'm shaking like this.
Oh, that's right. No, don't hand her any knives, man.
Yeah. No, there's no knives involved. I'm cooking sausages. We're still recording, aren't we? I need to actually talk to people.
Yep. All right. Bye, everybody. Enjoy collecting.
Bye. Thanks for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast. Visuals and tasting notes for each episode can be found on our Facebook page. You can subscribe and leave us a voicemail via our home on anchor.fm/MCCP. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Please take a second to subscribe, like, and review our show wherever you get your podcasts. Our podcast can be found by Googling at the MCC Pod, which will also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Our Facebook community is at MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists, and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, it's a small hobby but a fun one. Make mine Marvel and enjoy collecting.
Shaggy, are you in there?
I'm busy right now.
Oh my God.
Oh no. Mommy came in and she caught me one-handed, dreaming about the girl next door. Picture this, I was working that gherkin, should've locked the bedroom door. How could I get caught while I was picking up a pound of beef? All this time she was standing there, I'm polishing my good friend Pete.
When you are a young man, you need a little thriller. Keep a dirty magazine underneath your pillow. You never admit when you tenderize your steak, or when you've been wrestling with a one-eyed snake.
A box of Kleenex on the counter,
I wasn't me.
a tube of lotion on the sofa,
To beat my meat,
hear my breathing getting louder.
I wasn't he.
All of a sudden it was over. Mommy came in and she caught me one-handed, looking for the unicorn. Picture this, I had roped that pony, had him in a tug of war. How could I be casual while the general salutes my feet? And the bishop, he was standing there, shivering for lack of heat. Can you tell that I'm embarrassed for the shame that I caused? So that purple-headed warrior will have to be flawed.
When you started simulating your little fella, you spoken that bad like a young lupinella. You'll never get a real woman, ain't no way. But you can play choke it with the chicken all day.
Mommy came in and she caught me one-handed, dreaming about the girl next door. Picture this, I was working that gherkin, should've locked the bedroom door. How could I get caught while I was picking up a pound of meat? All this time she was standing there, I'm polishing my good friend Pete.